Average Anglers, welcome to another Average Angler video. I'm sitting in my car at the minute just to get out the wind so there's not too much wind noise on the camera while I do my first piece to camera. So this peg here, that's my peg for the day, 19. Just about the last peg I wanted to draw in this section. It's historically one of the worst pegs in this section. So my section runs from peg 15 all the way down to peg 26. Just to my left here there's a bridge, which is the pegs that I've historically drawn a lot, which is 21 and 22. And as you can see, the wind is blowing down all the way down this straight today, and it's gonna be hard. I suspect the guy down at the end of our section, which is in this corner here, peg 26, is going to be happy with his draw. I'm just going to fish a real simple match today. I'm just going to fish at top kitten and a bit in front of me at the bottom of the far slope, whatever's there, or wherever at the bottom of the the bottom of the near slope is, and then look at margins either side of me. I've got a pallet to my left here, and I have another pallet to my right up there, and that'll be my margins. And then I'm going to set a method feeder up and swing it over to the far bank, because I feel like a lot of people are not going to be able to fish long today. A lot of people won't use the method feeder because they don't like using method feeder on these little lakes, and I might have all that far bank to myself, so any fish that are cruising up and down that far bank I might be able to pick them up. So that might be a little bit of an edge. Might start on that, don't know, make my mind up as the match progresses, but hopefully if I want to do any good I'm going to have to catch short and down the edges at some point. Feel like corn is the bait. Corn's been doing me proud. Corn, the weather's just dropped off, temperatures have dropped off. I feel like the fish might have gone down in this wind and the cooler weather. Bottom of that slope, I'm fancying it, but we'll see what happens. Catch you in a bit. Right guys, we're 45 minutes in, and this is the second fish I've got. The first fish was a pound. This one's a little bit heavier, I think, on the method. Now there's fish over there. I can see them coming to the method every single time I put it in, but can I hook any of them? No. So I've been messing about with different hook baits and different ways of loading the feeder. Just changed so that I'll put a pellet on instead of corn, and so that the pellet was a bit higher up the feeder, because I feel like these fish are coming straight to it, but then they're giving me liners because they're so big, moving the feeder and ruining my presentation. So he's just about going to go 5 years. Yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, so what I've done is I've changed the way I'm loading the feeder and what I'm loading on the feeder. So I was putting corn on, and I'm getting little plucks like the fish were. There's some smaller fish over there, like them pounders, and you're getting little plucks like that. When them small fish are there, the method, you'll get little plucks and they'll get away. Sorry if the wind's bad there, I don't know about that today. Yeah, you'll get little plucks on the feeder. So I had the corn on, and then I was winding, the corn was off, and their little fish getting away with it. So that was annoying. So I thought, oh well, I've got to stop that. So I got some 6mm pellets out, and I put one of them in the band to try and stop that, but it didn't catch me any more fish. Well, it did actually catch me one fish, but it was only a small one, and then I ain't had a fish for ages. But what I noticed is I chucked the feeder out there, and the fish come to the feeder. I can see them because it's in shallow water, and then I'm just getting super aggressive line bites that are moving the feeder sort of a foot or so. And I'm having to wind back in because I'm thinking they're bites, and so I'm just wondering if these pellets aren't breaking down that fast. And so when so I was thinking, right, normally I like to have my bait right down at the bottom of the feeder so that you get a nice broken down pile. Fish comes along and sucks in the feed, but feeling like I need to catch the first fish that comes to the feeder today, because otherwise I'm just going to keep getting all these liners. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm clipped up, which you must be thinking, mad being clipped up on a little lake like this, with such a short distance between the rod tip and the fish. But what I do is I unclip after each putting. So I've just cast in there and I've unclipped, so a little under flick, use the clip to try and get the distance right, and then I've just unclipped. So that if I get a take now, I'm on the drag and I'm fishing. There's a massive liner there. Yeah, so if I get a take now, I'm on the drag and I'm fighting. So what I've done is I've tied a little bit of elastic, little number size 2 original slip elastic onto the line like a stop knot to mark where my clip is. So in between fish, I just every time I wind in, I just flick the feeder out to my right or to my left out of the way, find the clip, find the band, and just click it on. It's really quick. It just means that you can drop that feeder straight down the same hole every time. There's definitely fish out there now. This is I've drawn the worst peg in the section, hands down the worst peg in the section. This is. It always finishes, at the bottom couple of places in the section. So everybody in the section so far is beating me. I can always see that. There's lots of people catching fish. Most of them are smaller fish. There are some better fish coming out, and a lot of them are fishing over the ones that are catching. I haven't set my pole long today because I'm just reluctant to set up in this wind, because my experience, I'll end up one gust of wind and the pole will get down the bank and I'll get sapped again. I'm a bit worried about that at the moment. So I'm not confident with my roller set up just right. I haven't my rollers just right yet, so I don't want to do that. Plus I don't want to battle the pole all day. So everyone's beating me, but ordinarily you can say, it's not the best peg, but there's fish there. There has been fish there. So it's just a case of just sitting out and waiting now. I'm about 50 minutes in and I've had £6 off that line. I'm not flying. I'm hoping you guys aren't getting totally winded out, otherwise this is a pointless ramble, but I'm just going to give this at least another 15-20 minutes, because I've just had that fish now and see what happens. The only other place I've put bait in is just basically where the rod tip is. I've put in just the top kit, put some corn in, and a pinch of soaked 2 mils from the feeder pot. I'm getting bubbles coming up there, but I think they're a little bit past where I've fed, so I'm not sure if they're off my feed or if they're just coincidental. There's a lot of stuff going, a little liner there, so we might be on. That's just ridiculous. I mean, that's just going back and forth, just like a small fish is hanging on, and there's absolutely nothing on there. And this is a problem you get whenever you fish the method here at Acorn. In the past, I've put some rig tubing on above my feeder. It's worked really well, but I ain't got any with me today. So you saw that there. I've just literally put the clip. See how quickly I did that there. Oops, I didn't help, did it? See how quickly I did that there. I got that line back on the clip really quick. So I'm clipped up again now. And I'm putting a lot less feed in than the feeder initially. I'm putting this so its pellet's quite near the top now, in the hope that the first fish that comes to it I can hook him before I have any liners or any other issues going on. It's going in so gently that it shouldn't break off any of the feed on the top anyway, so I shouldn't. It's so shallow, we'll definitely be getting to the bottom in a pile. It's not like I'm chucking it miles and it's plopping in really hard. It's just gently plopping in. Yeah, I actually touched the bank there and dropped in off the bank, which it does occasionally. Got a nice clear bank there, and I'm fishing so tight to the bank. I've got the clip set so tight to the bank that occasionally, if I hold the rod a little bit too close or too far away from me there when it hits the clip like I just did, it lands on the bank. But it don't matter because it lands on the bank, and the bank's clear. Where I am, there's no vegetation, it's just grass where the goats have trimmed it down. And so it just drops in, and then I'm fishing. So like literally that is it's like you've gone around and gently plopped it in by hand. Brilliant, because it means that you're not disturbing these fish at all. Getting loads of indications again, but I'm starting to get to the point now where I feel like I might have to do something else, because guys that are fishing the pole over there are catching them. Definitely there. Right guys, it's 1:45. Now 45 minutes in, I've just hooked this fish down my left hand edge in some deeper water down to my left on a piece of corn. Didn't really have anything else on the method, and I've had a tench short in front of me on the top kit line. I've not had anything anywhere else, so I've put a little bit of edge mix down to my left, a little ball of edge mix and just some odd bits of cord. A few indications that like short, sharp jabs, and I was thinking, are they small fish or are they liners or what? And then I've had a nice positive bite and got something on here which I'm hoping is hooked properly and not foul hooked or anything. It's gone all the way over to the far bank. I think it's just a very big angry fish by the looks of it, which is exactly what we're looking for. Hopefully the wind's not pestering you too much. It is exceptionally windy. Could just do with catching a few of these down the edge here. These are worth waiting for. If they take a bit of time to come in, that's fine. I'm going to be topping up after this one with another ball of the ground bait and a pinch of corn. See if we can get one of these, because these are the ones we want. We're way behind most people in this section, so these are very powerful fish. We need to be catching better stamp fish so that we can pull ourselves back. I'm not pulling too high because I've not got a massively strong up length on here, so I don't want to snap up. I'm just taking my time. It's took me a long time. This is going to more than double my weight, this fish, if I can get him out. It's fine. Here we go. He's in. He's getting on for a double. That's for sure, he's getting on for a double. He's not quite a double. He's getting on for one. Just on the outside of the mouth, so a little bit harder to control. He's 8 pounder. That's the one. So he has more than doubled our weight. That one's put us on about 14 pound of carp. It's a nice tench. So we're just going to top up. 100 ball of ground bait going in. It's a Tom Thick edge mix that we might have seen a video about recently. And only 15 grains of corn, maybe 15 grains of corn or so. I'll have another little look. I'll tell you what we'll also do while we're here. I'll just feed this shorter line right in front of me as well, keep him ticking over. This one's just getting corn and 2 mils. Just a top kit arm's length. We need a couple more nice fish. Try and so when I plumbed up down here to my left where I'm fishing at the start of the match, I was looking to fish a similar, maybe a slightly different depth to what's straight in front of me, and I've got this float here, and I found actually that probably like 2 feet off the bank, 3 feet off the bank. I say 3 feet off the bank down here on the left. It's pretty deep, and it's the bottom of a drop off. So I'm just fishing there. It's not quite. It's sort of flat, and it stays flat for 2 or 3 feet, then, and then it just starts to drop back off again down into the main gully. But it's like a middle depth that I found when I was plumbing up, and I thought, oh, I'll do a rig for that. And then when I push this rig, so at the moment I'm holding on to the joint between the 5th and the 6th section. If I go right to the end of the 6th section, I thought, well, if I go right to the end of the 6th section, I might be able to catch some fish a bit further along the peg, is what I was thinking. Stuck to one there, by the way, and it's not as big, this one. And I've found that like I've got the same depth, like a foot away from the bank by the platform there. But I'm a bit reluctant to go that close because this light 13 elastic or stretchy 13 elastic, they'll be under the platform if they get a chance. I have a fish on that. I'm not going to put more ground bait in, but I am going to just put in another 10 grains of corn. Because I've caught that fish now. I haven't weighed him on the right way, but he was a couple of pound. So I'll just click him for a couple of pounder. I'm just selecting a grain of corn that I like the look of, and just I'll go in through the soft end and out through the side so I can strike through it nice and easy. Not banding it today. Wind is not getting any easier, it's getting worse. And I'm just holding the joint between the 5th and the 6th and just dragging it up the bank. I've only really plumbed this left hand margin today because the wind coming from my right, I don't like the wind blowing the rig back towards me. I find it hard to control it there. So when it's doing that, so I'm just fishing down here to the left. All my margin lines are going to be to my left here. I've got another margin line which I plumbed up earlier as well, same distance as this, right tight in, and it's about 14. No, it's more like 16 inches, 18 inches deep there, right tight in, and that's for later on. These fish that are down at the bottom of this slope might come up the slope later on. Might be able to catch a few of them. And I'll take carp of any size at the moment just to try and get some results. The guys that we're catching over aren't anymore, and they're not catching quite as quickly as they were before, so I'll give me an opportunity to catch back up. What is interesting is this rig is coming back towards me even though the wind's coming off my back, and I noticed that when I fished on the top kit in front of me. I've got a 1/2 gram float on the top kit in front of me because I thought this wind gets up, I'm going to have to make sure I can hold it still, and I was actually towing left to right. So that's going to be a thing to watch out for. Little dib on the float there, then little touch. Right guys, it is 3:10. Nearly just gone halfway through the match, and I'm struggling to put a run of fish together from anywhere. So I've had a nice fish from down the margin to my left in the really shallow water, double figure fish, well maybe just under double figures, like 9 pounder. And I've not had another bite from down there. So just keep tapping bait in there because we've still got 3 hours to go, so hopefully I can draw some more fish in. I've gone down the shelf into that slightly deeper water to my left and I can't get a bite over that. And then I've just gone down here in front of me, and I found that if I hold the rig really, really still right over the top of the feed, I mean it's towing so hard that it's actually tilting over the 1/2 gram rig, it's tipping it over to its side. And I held it dead still over the bait and I had a skimmer. So I've held it dead still again over the bait, and I've had like a 3 pound carp. So just topped it up with like 10 grains of corn and a pinch of micros. I'm just going to sit here and hold it over again for another 10 minutes and see what we get. Topped up my edge line again. I'm just going to keep topping up that edge line now. Hopefully some fish will just keep coming in every now and again. If I go in there with a couple of hours to go and I can't get a bite over it, then I'm going to put a load of edge mix down there and try and draw something in. There we go, there's another one. Maybe there's a few carp down here and I just need to get that presentation right for them. That feels like another carp or a good fish. Carp or a tench probably. Probably a carp. Oh yeah, that's shot off. I can get a run of fish coming from down here, that'll be nice, because I need to play catch up and peg 15 and the bridge pegs have all been catching quite well all day. This is a nice big fish, this one. Not doing anything, he's just sort of sitting there. Usually a sign of a good fish. I'm quite happy to play him out here to me right, out of the way of the swim. If I can. Don't know if it's picking it up on this tripod camera. Hopefully I'll get some on the chest cam. If not, hopefully, like I say, the wind noise ain't too bad. I'm sort of turning into the wind a little bit now, so you might be picking up some wind noise even on my little mic. Just taking another strip because he's not coming up. And if this is a big carp, it's going to mean I feel like I'm going to have another refeed. I'm going for a wander down my right hand margin now. So I think this is going to be another good fish, the way it's keeping its head down. Really want him to swim around too much over where I've been catching them. The fish do seem spooky today. I'm not exactly bagging up. He got all tangled up, but we'll have him. He got all tangled up. That'll do us. He's still got plenty of energy in him, this fish. Well, he's a good 5 or 6 pounder. 5. Let's top that back up again there. Nice and quick, it's just a top kit. Pinch of corn, a pinch of micros, and then just hold the top kit at arm's length, straight down the hole. And I'm also putting a pinch of corn in. Down the margin line to my left. I'm hoping to catch a few later on. This wind has definitely got worse as the day's gone. It would be, almost unfishable long now. Even the guy on peg 21 who's been catching long all day, there's a lot of fishing down the middle at the minute, just trying to catch them shallow, I think. And another little one. What feels like it might be another little one. We're going to put a run of fish together here, but I've thought this before, and it's all. If this is a little one, it's foul hooked. Maybe it's a better one. Maybe I was being a little bit too negative about that small fish, but I've got a feeling this is a foul hooker. It's very erratic. I've not had a lot of foul hookers today, so I can't. Acorn's a nightmare for foul hookers. I've not had a lot. I think it's not actually. I think it's a common in the mouth. I think it's a nice common in the mouth, 5 pound. Maybe if we keep putting bait down this edge and keep putting a rig on it, we'll catch a few. He's a nice 5 pounder, isn't he? Oh, it's a slippery customer, nice and fairly up to the mouth. Still got the little curtain in his mouth he has. A little look at that. It's gone 5 that has. On the scales. I'm going to put a little bit more bait in. I'm going to put a big pot full in this time because I'm fishing straight on it. I'm just going to put like half a pot of the edge mix in. And a little pinch of corn just off the any fish that might be there. Let's see if we can nick another one. Might have a nice little run of them at the end. Right guys, we're back sitting in the van waiting to be weighed in. As you can see, it's much duller now and darker and the sun's a bit lower in the sky. It's 6:30 in the afternoon, 7:15, end of the match. I estimate about £50. I got about £48, 45 to £48 of carp and maybe £3 or £4 of silvers if I'm lucky. That's not going to do me any good. Talking to the later in the section, I think that's going to put me 5th in section. Guys, everyone to my left has beat me comfortably, and maybe the guy on peg 15 has beat me just. The exception of Kev right down in the corner. He's struggled, or at least that's what he's claiming. So the furthest peg struggled, so is the next peg round in the next section. So there's obviously not been a lot of fish down there. These guys on the bridge here have been battling it out. 2 pegs on the bridge in the next one. Then it's been me, and the guy next to me struggled. He's only admitting to a £20, so he's really struggled. And then peg in our section saying 60, so he's probably done me when he has done me. I've not got 60, so there we are. I'll put the weights up on the screen. It's looking like this could be my dropper. I'm hoping it could be my dropper, because any more results worse than this, and they can kiss any opportunity to finish in the league or finish in a framing place in the league goodbye. So catch you for the next one, guys.